Zig in the Zone with Ralph Zig Tyko.
Well, what are we going to do to make up for your mic being dead?
Fine.
How about
now? It's working fine now.
You, and our guests on Zig in the Zone today are both Dodger fans, and very importantly, we were live. So, God rest your mic. And Lenny Lavene, I'd like you to meet Bernie Rose, both in the musical industry. And both of you are New Yorkers and germane to this show. Both of you are avid Dodger fans, lifelong. So, Paulie, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, buddy. I was going to say coming to you live from the four corners of the earth, but I realized that would mean the earth is flat and I'm in trouble.
No corners.
There's no corners on a globe. Isn't that funny whenever you hear that? Coming to you from the four corners of the earth. What? Really? Are we flat earthers at this point? I guess we are, right? We kind of are at this point.
You'd have to ask a MAGA guy whether or not
look out the window. The earth is flat. Just look out the window. You can see.
Well, okay, so if somebody would have told me the earth was flat when I was a kid, I would say, yes, you could see it because it just goes and ends, right?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
We would always see that kind of stuff. We would always look at the horizon line. What about mirages? You know, you would always see water. You know, you're walking through a black asphalt parking lot, and you're like, is that water? No, that's a mirage. We're not in the middle of the desert. We're in the middle of, San Rafael.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Mirages come in all shapes and sizes.
Yes, they do. And colors. Orange.
Right.
Sorry.
Lenny Lavene.
It could be the wrong mirage.
Can I just politely correct you? It's Lavene.
Yes.
Lavene.
How many times I've been on the show?
It's
about 12, and we get it wrong every.
Bill Lavene.
Lavene. It's
James
always been
Lavine
Lavene.
is a pianist, but Lenny Lavene.
Jesus, I really feel stupid, but I'm getting used to that in my 80th year on Earth.
You know the Seinfeld episode where Jerry's cousin.
Lavine, right?
Yeah.
Lavine, yeah.
Yeah, I put the V in there because it has a V. E.
That is funny.
Lavene.
Yeah.
And he goes,
he's Lavene and Rose.
Now he's Lavine, you know.
No, look, now we're Lavene and Rose.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, I thought it was Ross. I'm sorry, Bernie. Oh, jeez. No, I'm kidding.
It is Rose.
You mentioned Seinfeld, guys. I find myself escaping the news on YouTube by watching a lot of Seinfeld and a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah. That's a fucking genius in Larry David. I'll tell you.
Stuff. Yeah.
Week after week, show after show, highlight after highlight. Very funny stuff.
No doubt.
Do you guys want to broach what's going on in the world today or gloss over it? Lenny, is there anything you really want to say? Because basically what we do is kibitz. Sure. And you got to throw in a little news of the day. Lenny, what do you feel?
Well, I feel like I've felt every time they ascribe normalcy to Donald Trump. You know, they say, well, when he was campaigning, he said he was against foreign. This is as if he was speaking about a rational person who was not batshit crazy. You know, a person that is obviously crazy, you wouldn't just say, well, you know, last week he said this and now he seems to have changed his mind. He's crazy. You can't give credence to anything he says. You have to remember it's coming from somebody who is mentally disturbed. So it always gets me, and it continues to get me, when they come back to his previous statement and, well, he changed it. It ain't normal. It's dealing with a crazy person. That's my
very good point. Vaughn.
He's deranged. I mean, he's got dementia. And this has been proven a few times already. But he's able to control it, not like Biden, unfortunately, who couldn't. Apparently, but
Biden wasn't as much of a phony, a natural phony as Trump is. So he was
right. I mean, the man is like out there. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what I know he's trying to destroy the country, and he's trying to get it to a point when he calls for no elections and martial law or whatever the hell he's going to do, so that he's in complete control. That's what this is all leading up to.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you can't see it, you're blind as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's Hitler-like.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. There's sort of an unwritten rule that you should not bring up comparisons with Hitler or Nazis and stuff. But again, that's like, just kind of turning a blind eye to something that's right in front of you. So don't call it that. Call it fascism. Call it autocracy.
I will.
All right, it doesn't have to be the Nazi, but it's like that, and that's what it is. And too many people normalize him. Well, he was kidding. I kind of like his sense of humor.
He's not kidding.
He's not kidding. He's never kidding. He has no sense of humor. He can't be kidding. He doesn't have a sense of humor.
That's it.
Paulie, we talk about this every week. It changes. How has it changed this week?
Oh, you mean how he's coming out of power? I'm taking a new approach to news. Did you know that? I didn't explain this to you because I wanted to surprise you guys on air. I'm taking a new approach to news. I'm taking a new approach to having my device. I'm doing a new approach of how I'm ingesting things. I'm also trying to do, because I have major depression disorder, OCD, PTSD, you name it. If it's letters in the alphabet, I have it. And so, as you can tell, right above me, I have my Led Zeppelin balloon, if you can see. It's currently pointed up. It's usually pointed down because it's going down like the Hindenburg, right? Because that's what they said. How did they name Led Zeppelin? Because it's like a lead balloon, right? So it's usually pointed down like the Hindenburg, ready to crash. I'm trying to change my my view. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm not watching the news, or I'm not listening to the news 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night anymore. I'm trying to avoid the news. I'm avoiding the news like a bill collector calling on a spam call, if that makes sense. So this is what I've been doing. I recommend that you go to goodnewsnetwork.org and get your news from now on. I'll share some things with you. Good news in history, January 20th. Did you know 45 years ago today, the newly formed revolutionary government of Iran released all 52 hostages? Okay. We can go into that story, but we don't need to. English Parliament met for the first time. We could. The Palace of Westminster, now the House of Parliament. Happy birthday to Bill Maher, comedian from HBO and Real Time on HBO. He's 70 today. So you got 10 years on him on there, Ziggy. Capitol Records released their first album by the Beatles in the U.S. called Meet the Beatles today.
That was a great album.
That's right. It featured the hit singles "I Want to Hold Your Hand" and "Did You Give Me That STD?" So, I'm sorry. That's
and they sung another song by Meredith McRae. Meredith something, who wrote The Music Man. and the song,
Meredith Wilson. Yeah. Okay.
right,
There you go.
beautiful song.
Yes, that was Till There Was You, right? And Paul McCartney
Yes.
singing it as a solo. And I loved his Liverpool accent, but I never saw them.
Until there was
Jesus.
you.
So I never saw them at all.
The other day I watched and I don't know where the hell she was, but she was in a big ass stadium. It was Yoko Ono singing Imagine.
Oh, boy.
And believe me, you don't want to imagine.
No,
It's
I
worse.
don't.
It's way worse.
I don't
It's way
They-
worse. Oh my God. I had to listen. I listened to about a verse of it because I had to. I just had to. And it was horrible. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Also
you feel like
in this
you're-
day in history, Barack Obama became the first multiracial president in the U.S. There you
Yes.
go.
Thank God.
185 years ago today, the British Empire first occupied Hong Kong Island.
Mm.
Wow, man, January 20th's got some stuff going on, huh? Let me see here. What else? 18 years ago today, Breaking Bad premiered on AMC.
That long ago. Wow.
Yes.
Hmm.
Let me see here. It was 55 years ago today that Marvin Gaye released What's Going On.
Okay.
All right. And all these we can go into depth because that one I like better. And 12 years ago today, the window of the McDonald's franchise founder Ray Kroc bequeathed $1.5 billion to the Salvation Army. Bequeathed?
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
They have some great funding going on for children's health care, where if you have a child in distress, they will pay, not only not pay, you wouldn't have to pay, but they'll keep you close to the kid by paying for your hotel or whatever. And Paulie knows that I generally park the Zigmobile right by a McDonald's. And aside a little grease, they've got a mocha frap that's the best in the country. It's like an old egg cream.
Really.
And I have a 1-a-day diet. I keep it to that. But it's good shit. So if you're at McDonald's,
So whenever you hear people go, Zig, what's your secret to longevity? It's the McDonald's.
It's the mocha frap.
Mocha frap.
it's not thinking of the word longevity. That helps.
Right.
And definitely not. Don't make me spell it because I'll have a heart attack.
Right.
All right. So the other thing is, I realized that one of your favorite organizations that you cite all the time, 106 years ago today, the American Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU, was founded. Wow, there's some good stuff.
Well, I have
130 years ago today, George Burns, the comedian, singer, actor, was born.
Well, this is all great stuff, but it doesn't change all the shit that's going on today.
Well, let me ask you this.
What? My distraction
you
isn't
mentioned
working?
The ACLU.
Yeah.
What is somebody or some organization going to do to bring us out of this? ACLU is who I counted on all the way. And whatever's taking them this long, it's too fucking long.
But they're out there hard working. They're out in front of Walmart getting signatures on the petition today.
The problem is all the judges are bought off. You know, and the ones that aren't,
appointed by
they
Trump.
just appeal it to somebody who is. It's really, I don't know how you get out of it.
The
How
ones
do you,
that aren't, or how about aren't the ones that aren't on the grift or on the Epstein list? So either way,
right?
You
That's
know,
another
every
thing.
time that something big like Epstein or what have you, it's happened a number of times with the Epstein case. When it gets so big that it looks like sooner or later he's going to be implicated up to his freaking eyeballs, something
Right.
he does
A diversion.
huge takes it off the front page for
Mhm.
6 months. It'll come back. And that's what
Venezuela,
this is.
Greenland,
Yeah.
Venezuela,
It's that, yeah.
Greenland.
I mean, it's over and over and over again.
He's got a whole bunch of
Mm.
things that he can go to cause chaos. That's what he's about, is getting people fighting
Mm.
with each other, causing chaos and
Exactly.
uncertainty in the world. And it all is a big distraction, from his $1 billion grift that's going on. I mean, has any other president made over $1 billion for his personal money in his first year in office? I mean,
That's why he's
somebody
in
said
this.
that the president had made $1 billion this year selling personal things and
watches.
It's-
Hold on,
forcing people
watches.
to pay tribute to him so that he will then dole out favors that aren't his to dole out, but the people's.
None of this stuff was supposed to be allowed. In
No,
his first term, the whole thing with his daughter selling stuff from the White
and,
House,
and not revealing his taxes, never revealing his taxes.
the whole thing was about making money. That's all he's in it for,
Of
is to
course,
make money. He wants to be Putin. He wants, you think any money that's going to come in is going to go to the country? It's going to him.
Yeah. Hey, let me interject something here. You mentioned Epstein. I didn't bring it up. It's very important. You know how I wrote a meme a while back that Pope Leo said to the entire Epstein bunch, "You're amateurs."
Oh, geez. Yeah.
And I meant it. Nobody talks about taxing the church, which would take care of a lot of the problems, not only in America, in the world. You would feed the hungry, you would house the homeless, and educate the curious. If you let the little boys stay at home and don't make it a financial thing. So, why don't all the outrage about Epstein takes away from the purpose of the Catholic Church, as I see it, not the worshipers, the hierarchy. The purpose is to wear nice clothing as they see it, beautiful shoes. You can die for them. But
Jeez.
they are fucking up a big segment of society. And I just wanted to.
I think there's plenty of bad people to go around, Ziggy. I think there's plenty of bad people. I don't think we
Yeah,
have
but
to set our sights.
this is a lot of bad people because
Well, and my clan, the stand-up comedians, have been making jokes in hell about this for years. I mean, it goes back to, I remember Carlin saying, yeah, not only tax them, but they have the most property. And so even just, getting their property and dividing it amongst the unhoused in this country would probably do a better
hey, we're going to
service.
keep it baseball. The Catholic Church owned the Yankee Stadium at one time.
Segue. Good segue.
Okay.
Take that road. Take that higher road, sir.
Let me start the baseball segment, if you will, by taking a break. Because when I start something, I normally take a break. Do some business, Paulie, and then we'll come back to the Dodgers. And my congratulations to, you mentioned, you put your finger up, Bernie. well deserving. 2 in a row. Fuck. And their
Never thought I'd see
history.
it.
And their history. Lenny will talk about that. When we grew up, you grew up a few years, but not many before me. It was the golden age of New York City baseball.
Yes, it
We
was.
had the Yankees, we had the Giants, and we had the Dodgers. And nothing was ever better before or ever since baseball-wise. I will always resent the Giants on some level. I stuck with them. I like them out here. I'm a Met fan. But I will always resent the idea. With the Giants, it wasn't cut and clear like O'Malley. O'Malley fucked the city. I mean, Giants were gone anyway because they weren't getting a ballpark and this and that. But I'll always resent the carpetbagging in both franchises. And that the Yankees stuck with it in New York was a blessing. They were about to go to New Jersey for a while.
They were about to go to New Orleans and be named the New Orleans Rebels when CBS.
Really?
Yes, if CBS had not sold it to Steinbrenner, the other bidder was a group of people from New Orleans who were going to move the team. Imagine changing the Yankees to the Rebels. I mean,
Really?
is there any worse
Holy
adding
shit.
insult to injury than that? That almost
Sacrilege.
happened, which was one of my rationalizations for becoming a Yankee fan in the 70s. Was that they had gone through 10 years of purgatory in which they were a mediocre team, and the Mets, meanwhile, had won the World Series in '69 and became the team in New York. And then after Joe Payson died, they just went to hell. That was M. Donald Grant, who didn't
Donald Grunt.
who didn't give a shit about the team or the fans, and in fact was so stupid that he even told us that. He said, the fans have supported this team when they were in first place, they supported this team when we were in last place, and I'm sure that they'll continue to support the team. So I said, bullshit. You don't care about making a good team because you got a built-in cash cow here, the goose that laid the golden egg? I'm not going to be part of that. Fuck you. And I'm not going to a Met game again until they sell the team. So I would go up to Yankee Stadium. It was 1976 now, and they had just redone the stadium, and they were a decent team. And I went up and saw them play the White Sox and rooted for the Yankees. First time ever in my life. It was a good game. It was a good game. They won. They wound up winning the pennant that year. I mean, they got swept by Cincinnati. But that was it. It was like, yeah, fuck, they're in New York City. I'm in New York City. As far as I was concerned, the Dodgers were just the first of many friends of mine to leave me and move out to LA. I don't owe any allegiance to them anymore. And that's how that kind of switched around. Today, I am a Met fan and a Yankee fan.
Well, if you want to look at it.
See, I still bleed blue.
Yeah.
Oh.
If
you want to look at it for what team has done in all lifetimes has done more for the fan, you can't compare 1949 to 1953. I mean, that's the original and the sacred dynasty of baseball. And you got to give Casey a lot of credit.
Got to give him credit. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
And that was just one part of it. I mean, that was one stretch. And then in the 70s was another stretch. And then the 90s was another stretch.
Right. So,
he's got to get credit.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys some pictures to work off of. Here's the golden age of baseball for you. Anything you guys want to say about any of this stuff, let me know. Can you guys see it?
Yeah, we have a great slideshow for you.
Okay.
This has been going on for 2+ years, Paulie and I. So,
there's the catch.
Are you playing it now?
Yes, sir, I am.
I cannot.
Okay, I can't see
you guys
it.
you guys can't see it. Oh, I'm
I just
sorry.
see the 4 of us. That's all I see.
Okay, that's too bad. Okay, so I'll have to show that. How about this will be better. How about this?
How about it?
Yeah. How
Can you
about
see that?
No.
No. Okay. Good to know.
Hey, Lenny,
all right.
you really taught me something about New Orleans. Holy shit. I never heard that.
Yeah, you could check that out. That was very possible. It almost happened.
Yeah.
All right. So you wanted to do some business, Ziggy. Is it that time?
Yeah.
All right. So let me mute you guys out. I'll take over for just a second. Let me see if I can get rid of all the graphics. All right, guys. I'm here because we're all lawyered up in the zone. And we're just going to pass these commercials on to you. Please patronize our friends and our sponsors.
Whether it's criminal defense.
Hold on, Zig, hold on, please. Sorry, for some reason. Yeah, hold on, because for some reason we're coming back in, and that's going to go to that again.
Defense, estate planning, or civil litigation, the answer is the law offices of Andrew Doja. Call us today at 510-865-1600 or find us on the web at dojalaw.com.
For tenant and landlord disputes, there's no other than the law office of Jeff Canberra. Call now 1-510-865-7369 and don't forget to tell them Zig sent you.
All right, so I get to try to pull this off listening to what I just listened to in the background. That's right, folks. Follow the zone wherever you go. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and now Twitch. That's right. The award-winning voice of Zig, Ralph Zig Tyko. That's right. We won't even share. Sure, go ahead. Oh, you know what, Ziggy? I'm sorry. I had you muted for that whole flipping thing. Sorry, bud.
Okay.
You were talking about you've been in Alameda. Sorry, man. I'm sitting here trying to get everybody's picture back on and realize, sorry, Bernie. At least I made Bernie laugh, and I didn't even tell a joke, which is great. So you've been in Alameda for how many years now?
32 years, 35 years, something like that. And
people like Andrew Doja, and people like man. Now
Andrew Doja is a great attorney. Has been a friend of mine. Has helped me throughout the years, and I can highly recommend him. But he is not specialized in tenant landlord disputes. And my other attorney friend is Jeff Canberra, So Jeff will do everything to mediate anything you have going, give education to landlords of what they must provide. He's a super go-between, and he's our second attorney. And Andrew does stuff that's priceless. He does estate planning, and his philosophy is this. If you're ever told by a doctor to go home and put your affairs in order, it's too late by then. It's got to be done beforehand, before you need it. Get an attorney together, put the paperwork together, because you never know what the end is going to bring. Good, bad, or indifferent. It's always going to bring something that will keep you from getting your affairs in order. So if you establish a relationship in Alameda with a great attorney for when you need him, or maybe you do now and don't know it, call him, get a consultation. Andrew Doza and Jeff Canberra will help you if you're having one of those life's moments when the landlord and the tenants just aren't getting along. Big surprise, right?
Oh, yeah.
Call Jeff Canberra for that. And Paulie, you put together a little thing. Why don't you run that?
I already did. I ran both of them for us. I ran both.
Oh, see, we don't get access to that. Paulie
Yeah, right
told
when
me.
you tell me, right when you tell me you go to business and you guys start telling your story about how your voice.
Yeah, well, I didn't know we were on the air.
No, you guys weren't. I muted you. I thought it was
Oh,
funny. I was
thank
trying to
God.
laugh because I had to do the voiceover afterwards. And I think that's what threw me off on about unmuting you guys, because I was like laughing and I'm like, oh my God. Well, that's hilarious.
Okay.
But I did play the commercials, and I'm telling you,
Good.
your sponsors are not only a sponsor, but they're peace of mind for you. You give them a lot of bang for their buck. So you guys, that tells you what kind of faith we have in Doja and Canberra. So if you guys need their services, reach out. Like he said, if you are already being told that you need to start looking at estate planning, it's too late. Do it when things are better in your life. And this is probably the best as it gets currently, guys. I hate this.
Do it now.
Do it now. That's right. Call the numbers. You guys already saw the commercial.
Call that number.
And also,
let me ask a question. So we were just talking about Jeff Canberra. What's the worst landlord you've ever had? Go around the horn. Bernie Rose. What's the worst landlord you remember having?
I don't know.
No, you didn't have any hell landlords?
Bernie is like Mert.
Nobody bothers me.
Nothing bothers you. Wow.
No, nothing. Nobody.
Nobody. Okay.
Well, a couple of people, but.
All right.
Hey, Lenny, how about yourself?
I guess I've been fortunate. I never had a landlord that I really had an issue with. I haven't had a landlord in a long time. I've owned I own my apartment in the city. I own my condo here. So I really haven't had a landlord for many, many years. But I guess I was fortunate. I mean, they were okay. I never had a problem with my landlord. I was lucky.
And you were okay because nobody came down on you, both of you. And anyway, let's get on to.
Can we count our parents as landlords? Because I think I'm the worst landlord for my kids ever.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I'm just letting you know.
Well,
go ahead. Let's move along.
You keep them in line, and that's not always easy with kids of any age.
Well,
So,
that's true. I don't know if I keep them in line at all. I think that's as funny as your gravelly voice. I think that's kind of me trying to keep my kids in line is trying to like herd kittens or something.
Herding cats,
Just
yeah.
that herding cats. It won't work.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
but yeah,
Well, let's have,
I enjoy my kids. I enjoy my kids.
yeah, let's talk a little Dodger baseball.
Absolutely.
Okay. Congratulations to both of you for being Dodger fans and winning 2 years in a row. All. Winning it all. How many repeaters do we find in our lifetime? Let alone the 5 in a row that the Yankees did, which was unbelievably miraculous. And for 1 second, let me tell you about what I think that Casey's greatest thing that he ever did. He was able to manage DiMaggio's last year and Mickey's first. And can you imagine how difficult that must have been for him to juggle that? The egos, the all of it. Am I right, Lenny?
Say what?
Am I right?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Yes, yes, that must have been very delicate because DiMaggio did not go out quietly. Very
No.
reserved.
And
He didn't go out
he
of
was
his way to
not
be nice. No.
right.
Hey,
Mr. Coffee.
Zig, do me a favor. Reset your mic for me. I'm going to do this really quick. I'm going to do something really quick. You guys, as Zig always says, please give to your local Head Start program. That way, the government doesn't get to control everything in their lives. These programs are being shut down. Please, I know you've got some new or lightly loved children's books at home. Go give them to your local Head Start program. And we'll wait for Zig to reset his mic because I'm getting that wonky background sound. No, you're cool. You're cool. You're cool. I just don't want you to lose your camera in the middle of that too. So that's maybe. I think that's better.
That better?
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
You were talking, Lenny.
I
Sorry.
didn't mean to talk. I'm sorry.
No, you're
yeah,
fine.
I would say that during those 5 years that the Yankees had that 5 World Championship dynasty, a game here, a game there, it could have been the Dodgers. You know, the Dodgers in '53 lost to the Yankees in 6 games in the World Series, but they have one of the greatest teams of all time, the '53 Dodgers. The numbers are amazing for the '53 Dodgers. And it's just like a game or so, you know, at the end of the year that was the difference between the Dodgers and the Yankees.
Yeah. I'll do a little on here. Interesting to note that in 1954, that Yankee team won more games than any of the previous Yankee dynasty, and
Didn't win
the
the pennant.
Cleveland Indians
Won 110
came
games.
in. So it's
So they could have won again. Yeah.
yeah. Bernie, I remember how much you criticized Mr. Roberts as the manager for a long time. What did he do to redeem himself besides naturally winning? Did he change his tactics in your eyes?
I would say yes. It's funny how what you can do may not work out, and then what you can do does work out. But I do think he's gotten, through experience, maybe he's changed a little bit. But early on, and he's been there so long I can't even remember anymore because I'm almost as old as you. But
Almost.
yeah, not almost, but getting close. But
Well,
no,
almost. How about that?
They'll never catch up.
You'll
No matter
see.
how long it goes, they'll never catch up.
By
That's
the way,
right.
thanks for repositioning, Bernie. You look like you were sliding into home towards the
There
end.
you go. There you
So,
go.
Well,
right on.
I'm just trying to get comfortable.
There's Kilroy. Hold on.
But yeah, what he did the last 2 years has just been phenomenal. But everything he does worked out. Everything. You know, there
Yeah.
were things I did criticize some of those years
Early
on
on.
some of the moves, but I never, wanted him to be fired, really. They kept winning and they kept getting close and closer. One was stolen. They definitely would have won in 17 in 6 games. And then they won in 20, and then they said, oh, but it wasn't a full season. Well, what are they saying now? They're saying he's a Hall of Fame manager.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Especially what his legacy is with Boston. That's going to help him PR-wise when it comes down to it. I'll ask you this, guys, Lenny and Bernie. The Lasorda teams were great, and the Smoky teams were great. Okay? Which is your favorite of the Dodger dynasty of yore, and which is your favorite, Bernie, of the Dodger dynasty of Lasorda? Which year, start with you, Lenny, which year, and you're, you're both mavens. Lenny wrote a book about the Dodgers. Let's take time out for a second.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Here it is. Die Hard Fan. It is a murder mystery.
Got to get it. All right.
It's a murder mystery that takes place in the final week of the 51 season that led up to Bobby Thompson's shot heard round the world. There is a murderer on the loose who is a Dodger fan who has finally had it and can't stand it anymore and is flying off the handle and killing Giant fans. And
Really?
10-year-old hero of this book.
I love that.
I tell you would.
Yeah,
I tell you would.
Turns out that the chief suspect is his father, and he wants to prove that his father didn't do it. His father must be innocent. It's his father, and the more he tries, the more it looks like it's going to be his father. Well, is it going to be his father? Read the book, and it has documentation throughout it of the history of baseball.
Wow.
And the games that took place in that final week are detailed, sometimes in the minds of the players themselves as part of it all. And it ends up with a big climax taking place, when you think, the moment that Bobby Thompson hits the home run. Well, Die Hard Fan, it's available on Nook and Kindle, as well as in paperback on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Thank you very much.
And
Hey, I'll ask you.
And soon to be picked up by Columbia Pictures, starring Bruce Willis.
There you go. Oh, no.
No. Yeah, but
It's the 5th in the
Bruce
Die
and-
Hard installment series. Here we go. Okay.
Well, think
hey,
about
Lenny, let me ask you this. Be realistic, real life, not fiction. Did Bobby Thompson know which pitch was coming?
It's still up in the air. I did a lot of reading about that when I was writing this book. And it really is, I talked to Ralph Branca, who was absolutely convinced that he had the pitch, that he knew what was coming. You could not convince Ralph Branca otherwise. It was a good pitch. It wasn't like a meatball over the center of the plate. But the statistics, as far as how well the Giants did when they did that, are not convincing, because they only hit 270 or something at home. during that period of time, because that's when it was taking place, when they were at home. I believe it really did happen because Sal Evars, the catcher in the bullpen that relayed the pitch from the guy with the binoculars in the center field,
Right.
would do something in the window, and then Sal Evars would either flip a ball up or not flip a ball up, and then the hitter would know what the pitch was. But sometimes, even when you know it's coming, it doesn't help.
Absolutely.
And so I would not just fob it all off and say that it was invalid because he knew the pitch. He probably did, or he might not have, but I don't think that it played a big part in it.
Reputedly, now, I have never been able to find this again in writing, but Sal Maglie said to Branca, "You should have thrown a curveball, Dago." that was
That was why we were teammates in '56. I mean, when he came over to the Dodgers.
yes,
that's great.
boy, that
Great.
as a kid, I was 10 years old, and that really broke my heart. And but I've come to love the Dodgers' memory. And let's face it, more people miss the Dodgers in New York than miss the Giants. No question about
Oh,
that.
for sure.
Oh,
That
now
was
I
the
really
other
feel
one.
like I got to take off my Giants hat. I feel like I got to. Sorry.
Well, it's not, doesn't make me miss the Giants any less.
No, of course.
But if you look at the internet and you look at Facebook, for instance, the
It's all
baseball
Dodgers.
groups,
All Dodgers.
the most diehard group is Peter Trunk's Dodger Chronicle.
Yeah.
And out of that group came a woman named Claire Elizabeth Hall.
Yes. Yes.
And Claire passed away a couple of weeks ago. We did a show about her last week. An avid Dodger fan, one of the most courageous, interesting people ever. And we had Irene Hodges, Gil's daughter, come on after her passing and talk about what she meant to humanity, baseball notwithstanding. She's a terrific woman, a transgender who led the way, really and truthfully, had just a great person. So check her out on her memory out on YouTube. We are losing.
There's a Dodger nation that just is out there. You know, up until just a few years ago, I didn't really realize. You know, but I went up to Wrigley Field for a game. I went to Boston Fenway it ended up being 2 games, and they're everywhere. And of course, you know, you just watch the games, and when they're on the road, you see the fans are all over the place. It's huge.
Yeah,
Dodger
you
Nation.
will always see the B on a cap somewhere, especially in the big city.
I was gonna say, yeah. I'll go out and get my Brooklyn cap here. You can imagine it. You know, I got a few of those Brooklyn caps.
I'm just gonna pull down my Giants hat.
Pull out your giant cap. You know, that's the other thing is the City Connect uniforms. I don't know how everybody feels about that. I don't like them at all. These alternate uniforms that people have devised, they call City Connect uniforms, that usually have nothing to do. The color scheme is nothing to do with the team's color scheme.
No, I don't like a lot of those uniforms either. No.
No.
Any of them, really.
No. And one of the reasons I like watching the Dodgers, even though I don't really root for them, I don't care. I'm neutral. But when I watch them, it's to see the uniforms. You know, somebody will come up, you know, wearing a number, and I'll say, I'll remember who had that number back in the 50s. it's the same uniform except it says LA on it. Thing it has named on the back. But other than that, same uniform. So the first time I saw a game where they were playing it with an LA Connect uniforms, it was totally foreign. It was like they were from Mars or something. And this had nothing to do with the Dodgers, Brooklyn or LA. They just, look like freaks. But that's that's just my particular take on it.
A lot of people hated Walter O'Malley, rightfully.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't Robert Moses, it wasn't Wagner,
Well,
it was
everybody.
O'Malley.
It was Moses too. It was O'Malley and Moses.
Well, O'Malley had the team, and there were rumors that he was looking around in 1952. Peter Trunk's writings will reflect that. But notwithstanding, the only thing in my eyes that he did that was really great was Campy Night.
What?
And,
Campy Night. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Lenny, elaborate on that, if you would.
Makes me cry. Oh, God, that was wonderful. You did 90-something thousand people in LA Coliseum. That was
right.
That was good.
And as you guys saw, I was holding up my little 45. Oh, really? No O'Malley 45. Which I still have.
Yeah, Danny Kaye.
Danny Kaye.
Yeah. Big Dodger fan, Danny Kaye.
There you go.
Yeah.
So.
And he did a song about the Giants, too.
But nobody remembers that one.
No. Bernie.
So
we've been doing this so long with the Giant, the rivalry. When you say something like that, the hairs stand up because I know you're right. That's another thing, and thank God for sports. Let's put it that way.
By the way, I'm really glad that something on your body can still stand up. Go on.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mic drop.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, I'll say something nice about the Giants, okay?
Okay.
Every time Willie Mays would come up against the Dodgers with guys on base in a close game, I was like cringing,
Yeah. Oh.
Because Willie, Willie's going to do it. He didn't always do it, but most of the time he did.
Let me tell you about my
Let me say something nice about the old Giants from New York.
Yeah.
In 1951, when they were playing in the World Series, beforehand, Don Mueller, the right fielder,
broken his ankle.
Was broken ankle.
Yeah.
And they replaced him with Hank Thompson.
Right.
Now, Hank Thompson was black. Naturally, Willie was black. And naturally, who's the left fielder?
Monty Irvin.
Absolutely. Monty was our Stan Musial.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first time, let alone the World Series, when three blacks played in the same outfield together. And O'Malley, Ricky, they were incredibly liberal, but so was Stoneham, because soon after Jackie, Stoneham started filling up his roster with blacks who could help.
Mm-hmm.
And help they did. Mm-hmm. So 1954, like we talked about, they took over from the Yankees and played, well, they didn't take over, but Cleveland did, and played the Giants in the World Series. And Willie made that great catch. And more importantly, that great throw that that doesn't get as much credit as the catch. Hey guys, here's my B cap, my Brooklyn Cyclone cap.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
and I'm wearing it publicly, probably in the first time. Let's put it that way.
All
It's very
right.
good.
I love the Dodger memory. I love rooting for Carl Furillo
Mhm.
and Jim Gilliam
Mhm.
and Sandy Amorose too.
That's the
So-
throw. That's the throw that goes unnoticed. After
Right.
was Sandy Amrose's throw to Pee Wee Reese behind third base, and then Reese's throw from behind third base to Hodges to get McDougal by like, no, it wasn't McDougal. It was who was coming back from? Yeah, it was McDougal at first base. You know that those two throws were great throws right after Amrose's catch. And I wanted to tell you about my experience, my personal experience with Willie Mays. When I was a kid, of course, I hated Willie Mays. I'm a Dodger fan. I hated Willie Mays. Hated him. And I went to a game. I went to a lot of games when I was a teenager. There's one particular one they were playing the Giants, and we kids would get to Ebbets Field like as soon as the ball players arrived. We would get there before the ball players arrived and catch them as they were coming from their cars and give them postcards to send us back with autographs, or even, God willing, they would sign an autograph right there. And we would do it. And they were very friendly people, great friendly people. I could talk about that. Vince Scully, amazingly friendly. What a wonderful man. But beyond that, Duke Snyder was not the friendliest guy. He kind of put his head down, walked through the kids, you know, and we go, oh, you Duke, and with the postcards, and he would kind of take the postcards, but he wouldn't look at us. He'd kind of keep going until he got Willie Mays. After the game, stood there in the rotunda, you know, in that field behind home plate entrance, because it's a beautiful rotunda, and he'd come and stood there for a half hour talking to kids and signing autographs.
Willie was great. Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. You know,
absolutely.
I thought this is the guy I'm supposed to hate. After a half hour, he looked around and said, "Okay, everybody, you got it. All right, okay." And
If there was a stickball game going on with the kids, he'd be out there playing with them.
I mean, yeah, I'll never forget it. I mean, this was a mensch. This was a great
And ironically, when they moved to San Francisco, Willie's personality changed entirely. And the reason was that he could not buy a house in the fancy neighborhood that he wanted to. And combine that with his experience with his wife, who's still a young kid, it just totally changed him. He became Mr. Crank. Anyway, that's just, I had to throw that
Well,
in.
we're getting pretty close, and your mic is starting to wonk out again. And I would have you reset, but I'm afraid to. Oh, there you go. Anyway,
Is that
are you
better?
still there? Yeah, it is better. Let's see. Absolutely. I don't think I hear a reflection anymore, so that's good.
All right.
I want
Well,
to make
I'd
sure
like
that
to address Ralph's question. We never really got to any of that.
Please.
And there was something else I wanted to add, but we'll get to that. But to go back to the different eras of, you know, Alston, Lasorda,
Right.
and Roberts. I mean, Sandy Koufax in the 65 series and the 63 series, but that's all they had. There were no playoffs. It was just the series. Oral Hershiser in 88 and Yamamoto this past year. Some tremendous pitching performances that obviously they don't win if it doesn't happen. Even Padres, if you want to go back to 55 and 59, tremendous pitching performances, and that they don't win if those don't happen.
In
Which is my
63
favorite?
still.
I don't know. That's really hard
Yeah.
because Sandy was always my favorite player back in those days, but I was 12 years old in '63. You know, uh, so
Right.
and they swept the Yankees, and I was
Yeah.
collecting all my 25-cent bets,
Oh,
from all the Yankee fans in Jackson Heights, but
Right.
that was glory. And then in '65 on 2 days rest,
mhm.
because he didn't pitch the game one because of Yom Kippur, on 2 days rest, he shuts out the Twins, and look what Yamamoto did now. And
Oh,
Hershiser
he's a
came out of the
phenomenal.
pen
He's a
and got a
once in a
save
lifetime.
right against the Mets in
Oh,
that series
oh,
to get to the World Series.
oh.
And that year was phenomenal with breaking Drysdale's scoreless inning streak and winning the Cy Young and the World Series MVP.
Unreal.
And Yamamoto, he could have gotten a Cy Young possibly. They didn't hit for him for 3-4 months. He still won like 12 or 13 games, but his stats were phenomenal. And then he showed what he can do 2 years in a row in the World Series and the playoffs. Yamamoto's unbelievable.
Mhm.
Oh, he's hitting too, let alone his pitching.
No, that's
Uh,
Ohtani.
Otani.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Or
sorry.
Yamamoto, yeah, that was their acquisition last year. Again,
Yeah.
They talk about Ohtani's great. I got nothing against
No, I
Ohtani.
understand.
Otani
I blame.
could be the
Yeah.
greatest player of all time if he has another like 6-7 years like this. He will be hands down the greatest player of all time.
Especially if he pitches all season and
Yeah.
wins more Cy Young awards. I mean, come
Oh my
on.
God!
Yeah.
Cy Young awards and and the batting stats. Oh, forget it.
It's ridiculous. But don't forget, these 2 in a row World Series, Yamamoto was there for both of those as well. And he had a lot to do with it. When I read everything about him, when they were talking about getting him and looking at his stats in Japan, I'm going, if this guy is half that good, he's going to be incredible. And I don't even think we've seen the best of him yet. This is unbelievable. Could we get a three-peat? Think about this.
We'll
If you
see.
guys, I know you didn't watch as many Dodger games as I did, but Conforto, and you guys know who Conforto is.
Oh yeah, Met fans know.
He was the worst player in the National League this year, maybe
Yes.
both leagues, the worst.
Yes.
And they kept playing him. And so happy they got smart and did not play him in the postseason. But every time he came up, there was guys on second and third, bases loaded, and it looks to seem like it every single freaking time. And this guy was hitting 175 the whole freaking year. He got close to 200 at some point. But now you're going to have Kyle Tucker coming up. I mean, it's not going to be the same spot in the order, but just look what that does to the order. They're a train coming down the track, man, and you ain't going to be able to stop it.
Well, stop hearing it is what I'm trying to do. Oh, only kidding. Well, Lenny, your favorite team, Bernie, you know I'm kidding, right?
Of course.
Okay. Lenny, your favorite team of the early days?
You mean the Brooklyn Dodgers or
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
the move?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the team that won the most.
55.
Like with me,
actually. Yeah,
okay,
I mean,
well.
53 was the best team statistically throughout the roster. But 55, they had just come back from a very disappointing 1954, in which Campanella had a bad hand throughout the season. He was just like a shadow of himself. And Don Newcomb finally came back. I mean, the Dodgers were in the World Series in 52 and 53 without Don Newcomb, their best pitcher. And Newcomb comes back now for 54. And okay, but he was just inconsistent. He wasn't his old self. So coming into 55, there was a lot of uncertainty about the Dodgers. And they shot out of the gate. I forget, they won their first 9 in a row. Then they lost actually 2 out of 3 to the Giants at Ebbets Field to break that streak. And then went on to win, I can't remember, like 12 more in a row or something. They ran away with the National League pennant like by May. And it was just incredible to watch them play that year. And then they even finally won the World Series. And doing that in the most difficult possible way, which was to lose the first 2 games. I think they were the first team to ever come back from a 2-game 0-2 deficit in the World Series at the time. They were the first ones to have ever done that. And they won it, so it's got to be the 55 Dodgers. It just has to be.
And in 2 years, they were gone. What baseball needed was eminent domain. That's just...
Yeah, well, the people should own the team. The people should say whether the team is there or not.
Absolutely.
So my question is it all Robert Moses, or O'Malley was going to leave anyway?
It's both. O'Malley knew that he was going to face the wrath of God if he. I mean, it was an unthinkable thing. Take the Dodgers out of Brooklyn. He didn't want to be the guy that took the Dodgers out of Brooklyn. He wanted to be the guy that got them the best stadium ever built right in the heart of Brooklyn. And if Moses had allowed that to happen, they would have stayed.
I know that. Yeah, absolutely.
So you got to blame Moses to some degree, and you got to blame O'Malley because, he, I don't know whether he tried as hard as he could have because he got such a deal in L.A., he took that. So, I blame them both. I don't know, half and half or more than one on the other. The two of them are who I blame.
Because I was only 6 years old in 57.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember quite as much. I mean, I know the stories and I know history and all of that. Yeah. But
he was offered the same land that Shea Stadium is on now.
That's correct.
But in Queens, that's a valid objection to that. Moving the Brooklyn Dodgers to Queens, or it just doesn't. Right.
Especially back then, Queens was not Brooklyn back then.
Oh, not at all.
It isn't now. Yeah, and it never will be.
No, it's its own. Every borough has.
Okay, so the same argument holds true for football. Santa Clara, what are you talking about? They still call it the San Francisco 49ers. And they're in Santa Clara.
And the two New York football teams play in New Jersey.
Right, the football teams do.
Guess what it is? It's all about money. It's all about money.
Oh, yeah.
And then we just flipped your camera, so do me a favor.
Zig, what happened to you?
You're good.
It looks like wait, hold on. We're doing... No, it looks like we were doing his... I thought he was going towards the light, or was that a colonoscopy?
Now we got your feet.
Now I got your knee or something. Your knee
I'm preparing for
your left
as
knee.
We speak, I'm preparing for a colonoscopy.
So Zig, turn your phone.
Too much information, Zig.
No, I'm kidding.
Prep talk here, please. Thank you.
Kidding.
Zig, turn your phone physically around just for the last couple of minutes. It's okay. You can physically turn it around.
We're talking to Zig's foot at the moment.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so do me a favor. Just physically turn your phone. Flip it over.
This is a wonderful podcast. You never know what's going to happen if you watch this podcast.
That's right.
Almost.
You almost got it pointed towards you. Now there's your finger.
Boy.
Sooner or later. Yes, that's right. We keep you on the edge of your seat here in the zone.
Right. That's right.
You never know. Now that
are we ever going to see Zig again?
That's right. Oh, there's his fingers.
There's a finger. There's the roof of a car.
There's a roof of the Zig.
I see a hand.
There's
Yeah,
a
I see a
feet.
foot again. A knee and a foot.
Wow, this is like
This is excitement you cannot
It's
find
like
anywhere else.
stonewashed jeans you got there. It's like
Yes,
stonewashed
exactly.
jeans.
So it's okay, Zig. Go ahead and talk, and what I'll do is I'll let me do something exciting here. Let me change.
Oh, please, please.
Well, what I'll do is I'll improvise. How am I to improvise?
There you go.
I'm gonna make his logo hella bigger. Hold on. That's horrible. Here we go. You guys won't see what I'm doing, but everybody else will.
I'm just hung up on Zig's knee.
That's hilarious. All right, so I've just blocked Zig with his own logo. There we go. So that's one way.
I still see his knee.
Yeah,
I know you do. I know
Oh,
you
but
do.
they don't.
That's
All
okay.
right.
We don't see
They
what the
don't.
folks out there see.
They don't. They get to see the Zig in the Zone logo with the smoke blowing around. It looks like he's just smoking like normal. So, all right.
Oh,
So
you're
let's
there
keep this
still.
conversation going before we end it. But yeah, I mean, you guys. So 55 was your year, huh, Lenny?
Me, yes, I took that. Yeah.
What about you, Bernie?
63 was great for me. I mean, it was unfortunately those days they weren't all night games. So, and we had to go to school,
Right.
and we didn't get to see all these games. And if it didn't start on Saturday, it started during the week. And then we come to find out that Sandy struck out 15 for a new World Series record, struck out Mantle 4 times, and you don't get to see it. But be that as it may, that was a great World Series. And to sweep the Yankees after everything, you know, was just mind-blowing, something that you'd never forget.
That's right. No, I go for that too. Absolutely.
Even
so that's
after
great.
all
That
these years.
there's what, 8 years between your guys' favorite series, or your favorite what do you want to call that lineup? So what about you, Ziggy? What was your favorite year? Oh no, we've lost Zig's mic. Even isn't that great? Zig, if you can hear us, please hang up.
Say something.
Dial again.
Make a sound. Move your foot.
Yeah, do sign language.
You all right, man?
Yeah, I think it's just that he's muted his mic. So Zig, if you can hear us, go ahead and hang up and come back in. He's doing his best imitation of Marcel Marceau, ladies and gentlemen.
I hope he's all right.
Yeah, I hope
he's fine. He's fine. You can tell the
How's
way
that?
he's positioned. Yes, we
How's
can hear
that?
you now. We
Oh,
can
we
hear
heard
you.
something. All right.
My favorite, one of the really serious games that sticks out in my head was in '56. I came home from school early, and my mother was in her position on the couch, watching the game. And Don Lawson completed a no-hitter, perfect game, with Yogi jumping into his arms. And that was an incredible thrill. I was 10. Perfect game. First one ever. And I had a bonding with my mother because I said, wasn't that a great thrill for you? She says, did you know that I attended in 1939 the Lou Gehrig speech?
Wow.
I attended that game.
Really?
And I have talked to George Case about this. His dad was playing with Washington and was lined up that day. So my mother got to see George Case's dad and that speech. And every time I think of what Mert's going through with ALS, I think that it was a real bonding. And I really didn't get along most of the time with my mother. So to
So
have,
when your mother told you that, did you, because you were how old?
I was 10.
Okay, so did you understand the weight of what she was telling you, or did you
Oh,
realize it
absolutely.
later? You did.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, because at 10
And
you
then
knew everything about Lou Gehrig, what he had gone through.
We all saw
I knew
everybody saw it.
everything
It happened
about,
in front of your guy. Well, see, I see it in newsreels, guys, and so maybe not that
uh,
bad, but I see it in film. I see it on YouTube, and I'm not a spring chicken either. You're not talking to a 20-year-old, and so sometimes, yeah, that's why it's like even that, just to have that collective history that your mom was there, another person that you talked to was there. I mean,
right,
that's
exactly.
literally a piece of history. That's like, oh, I was there on the moon when,
Yeah.
one small step or whatever.
Right. I
And
agree with
so
Neil
that's
Armstrong.
crazy stuff.
Well, the
You know
day,
what? This is the only thing I can lay claim to. The only thing I can say, oh, I was there for is when Clinton said I did not have sex.
With that woman,
A woman.
Ms. Lewinsky.
Right.
right,
I mean, it's kind of like, I wasn't there for I Have a Dream or, any of these things. So, yeah,
I did
you know,
not.
That's good. That's the winner right there.
yeah,
yeah,
I did
he
not have
put his
sex or,
finger out. I did not. No, absolutely not.
Lewinsky.
Um, they're all hypocrites if you look at politicians individually.
It's sad.
You got to be on
Yeah.
some level
Even
to
the most
collect.
well-intentioned ones, even the ones that have accomplished things that for the benefit of humanity, there's some part of them that's just it's
Well,
it's
the
something.
broken
system
or it's
allows for
messed up.
lobbyists. The system allows for lobbyists.
Yeah,
Even
And
if we take some of our greatest presidents. Absolutely.
yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off, Ziggy.
no, I'm just saying that as long as Congress people and presidents and people in power collect money from lobbyists
Right.
to make their
Yeah.
decisions on how the country should be run, that's hypocritical. The system is fucked.
Well, it is. It's been like that for
Yeah.
a long time.
Long time.
Well, yeah,
I wish there was no. I wish that all elections were on an even playing field. That if you ran for office, that was it. You were given a certain amount of the taxpayers, you know, part of tax dollars go to campaigning, and that's all you were allowed to spend. Every candidate had the same exact amount of money that they were allowed to spend. I really wish things would be that way.
And
Well,
what they don't realize is that by virtue of the beast, they would get the same coverage from the news,
Mm.
whether or not they were advertising or not.
Yeah, well, that's
The
how
people,
Trump got elected the first time. He got
yeah,
tons and tons of free coverage.
well, he went on everything. He went everywhere, and they were more than happy to have him on.
Oh yeah, he
And
was interesting.
Hillary didn't.
Watching a car accident. It was like that.
That's one of the reasons why she lost. She did not do that. She could have
No,
gone on everything, you
but he
know?
didn't even have to go on anything. They just covered him. I mean, he was like more interesting because he would say these stupid fucking things and make these controversial remarks, and so nobody wanted to miss it. So he got tons of free coverage just by being himself.
And I think that's where his base kind of clung to him. I think that's part of his power is they thought, just like you said, every politician, no matter who you've been, is been they're always in it for something for themselves.
Yeah.
It's not always what they like. The term they are using lately is America first. They're
Yeah.
not ever using their contingencies or their their base and America as their launching point. It's always something to do with money or some special interest they have. But you're right, it's lobbyist, it's money, it's
Yes,
there's even this, the current regime. I'll call it a regime. The current regime is all about, like you said, collecting as much money and wealth as they can. And it's funny because he's even displaying it in the White House. That I saw all the gold adornments.
Oh, it's garish.
That is so tacky.
It's horrible.
They just showed on whatever show I was watching. It was bought from Home Depot.
Of course.
They actually showed a whole bunch of these adornments that,
of course,
they were bought from Home Depot and they were painted gold and all this shit.
Tacky.
And I'm like going, oh, that's tacky.
Oh God.
That's like
man doesn't have one
that's like buying your
ounce
wife's
of class.
That's like buying your wife's anniversary gift from the Dollar Tree.
You're back, Ralph.
Fucking bad.
And painting it gold. Now, Trump, all of these people saw Donald Trump for over a decade playing the part on national TV of an extremely successful businessman. I swear to God, this is because of that people don't know who Donald Trump really was.
Do you know where he picked that out?
Person.
Do you know where he's
on that show?
He's bankrupted more businesses than anybody. He's a horrible. He was a con then. He's a con now.
Yeah, he's a
Guess where he learned that from? Hold on.
That's
Guess
right.
where he learned it from? Guess where he learned it from?
From Roy Cohn and his father.
And this whole idea.
Listen.
We need a businessman to run the country was dead wrong to begin with.
Well, that was shit to begin with because the country isn't the business. Somebody, Boomer Esiason, who of course is a famous athlete, so of course if whatever his political opinion is, it must be very wise, said, in one just sort of offhand, name me one government program that ever made money.
Holy smokes, I see Zig's face.
Yeah, there you go. Name me one charity that ever made money. The government is not in business to make money. God's sakes, it's just a profound misunderstanding of what we are.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
So anyway, there it is.
So what I was trying to say is how he got that MO was through watching Epstein. Epstein was padding his wealth, pretending he was someone else. He was a teacher at whatever Ivy League school. He was pretending that he was richer than he was. He ended up doing some weird stuff with the dude from Victoria's Secret where he acquired that company. And even in his one deposition, I saw that, he wouldn't admit that he wasn't having a gay relationship with this guy just to basically get his company.
Get the company. Yeah.
And so he got the company. And again, it wasn't just the money, because that's a ton of money. It was access to the girls. Epstein introduced Melania. No wonder she's been fucking quiet.
Yes, that's right. He introduced Melania to Trump.
I wonder if she's been to the island. I wonder if she was with Bill Clinton. I wonder if she was a model, right?
Musk.
She's a model from Slovenia, right? She's a model from Slovenia.
A model. She was a nude model. We're not talking about, a model.
Right.
Yeah, you can't.
Talking about a porn actress,
Google.
maybe.
You can't Google topless pictures of Eleanor Roosevelt.
There you go.
Although, no, I'm just kidding.
Or would you want to?
No, would you want to?
But she was a skilled pole dancer. To give her credit.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
we're still not talking about Eleanor, right? We're not talking about Eleanor. Okay, good.
No.
All right.
No, we're not. We're talking about. Hey, listen, Vaughn, because time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Tell us what you got going musically, where you're performing, and the one thing I really admire about you, we're both into our 70s. You're still doing it. And I like to think that I am too, whatever it is I do.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing. I can't believe I'm still doing this. I'll be
Yeah.
75 this summer, but
Well,
we won't talk about November. Uh, but we just did
no,
Clematis
we
by
won't.
night in West Palm Beach. That was a nice show. We enjoyed doing that. That's a big show they do on Thursdays up there.
Okay.
We've got the City of Hollywood Mardi Gras coming up. We've been doing that the last few years. That's a big Mardi Gras party in downtown Hollywood. They closed down Hollywood Boulevard, and there's us and the DJ, and we're there all afternoon. That's a lot of fun. And then 2 days later, we've got the big Mardi Gras party in Fort Lauderdale on Fat Tuesday that we've done for the last few years. So there's a lot coming up. We're doing a trio. 3 of us from the band are doing a bunch of shows at Voodoo Bayou. They gave us shows throughout the whole year. So we're having fun, you know.
Beautiful. I'm proud of you, Bon.
Yeah,
And then
thanks.
Bernie, what instrument do you play again?
Keys.
Keys. All right. And then Lenny, you play guitar. I see the
Yeah, I
back of
play
your
guitar,
guitar
right.
right there.
That's it. That's
So you
right.
guys definitely should get together and jam, even if it's
Yeah,
virtual.
that would be fun.
Sure. Where are you located?
I'm located in my home.
No, where is that?
It's in Connecticut. I've been told on these things not to say exactly where I live.
Oh, okay.
No, so you guys, again, if you
Well,
need
I'm like
Lenny's- if you
1,500
need
miles
Lenny's
away.
coordinates- If you need his coordinates, they're down there in the comments section. So
Oh, okay.
I'm
Beat me up,
kidding.
Scotty. We'll jam, you know?
No,
Yeah,
it's good to
yeah.
say. It's good to use a state.
Get together. Yeah.
City
Yeah.
and state's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Connecticut. So, and Bernie, where are you at again?
Florida.
There you go.
Florida. There you go. So we got the right coast,
Whatever
coast and
that's
the
worth.
left coast.
Yeah, we're covered it here.
Yeah, it is really the 4 corners of this country. Again, not flat
At
Earth.
least 3 of them.
And then Ziggy, of course, is in Alameda.
Absolutely.
And I am in the valley where it's currently, I don't know how many degrees. 44 and cloudy. I don't know.
44.
Oh, wow.
It was 45 here the other day when I woke up.
Oh, God. Must
That's
have been
horrible.
It's 11 here.
Well, I get it. But it's got to be close to 80 right now out there. Maybe might only be 75 today.
Jeez. So yeah,
Well,
I'll move into the warmer weather anytime. So
See the
there we
nice,
go. He's gonna go to the
nice blue sky out there. I don't know if you can see it.
Nice
Yeah,
fans
yeah.
going and the
Nice
ceiling,
sunny
nice
day.
You got
Oh
there.
shit! Bernie just pulled a Donald Trump walking over to the window. Hold on. He's gonna go look at the birds and the trees in the middle of a
Right.
fucking podcast. What
Gotta
the hell?
look at the new ballroom you have been constructed
Oh
outside.
yeah, the new ballroom. This is where the new ballroom. The only thing that got no, I'm not going with ballroom. All right, so it's too late in the show to start talking about Trump's ballroom, and we're not talking about the place you dance. All right, so you get it? You with me? Okay, good. All right. I want to make sure you guys shout out whatever you guys are going to shout out. You told us what you're doing. Lenny, did you tell us what you're doing? You have a gig, Bernie. Lenny, what do you got going on? Did we?
I
already
write
discuss
short
that?
stories these days more than play music, and I've just got another story published. I've gotten actually 53 short stories published in different literary magazines. We have to have another one.
Nice. Very nice.
This week, and I'm also going to the No Kings rallies every Saturday in our town. We have No Kings rallies, and this last Saturday, in a snowstorm, we had 80 people standing along the curb of the main street holding up banners and saying "honk for democracy," and people are honking like crazy. And it
Good.
just gets bigger and bigger every week. I've been doing that. I wrote a song that I sing at the rallies, not in the winter. I'll have to wait till spring again. But I wrote a No Kings song about Donald
Nice.
Trump that I sing at the rallies. And stuff like that. Writing and trying to make the country better. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, if he's going to be a king, he should be a Burger King. And we should give him a paper crown.
That's
and,
right.
and let him be just
And a fat
be himself.
burger.
A fat burger.
Well, so I heard the other day he was saying something about, they said what he likes to do at McDonald's. What he does is he gets like, I forget which hamburger. I think it's a quarter pounder and then a filet-o-fish. And he dissects them and puts them together. So it's like a McDonald's. He just made the McDonald's surf and turf.
Surf and turf, right? That would be it.
What the fuck?
He actually said that. That's sick.
Somebody in his cabinet says that's his evil little his what do they call it? Guilty pleasure.
His guilty pleasure. Oh, that's what he feels guilty about, huh? That's it.
No, he feels more guilty that he's Putin in his mouth. Oh, that was horrible. That was
that was pretty bad. But
anybody here
putting it against the wall? You know.
That's just another one of his gags.
Rose's food.
Okay. Anybody here think there's going to be midterm elections?
Well,
he's doing everything he can to get us into war.
I'm really scared about all of that stuff.
I know.
I think he'll be gone by then.
He's trying to get us into war. He's trying to get us into war because if there's war, he doesn't have to have.
There's no bottom to what he will do to try to deflect from being accountable. God help
He's
us.
doing a Hail Mary. He's trying to get us into war because if he gets us into war, we don't have to have an election.
Right.
He could say it's not going to be a free and fair election.
Well, he could claim that the elections are up to the states.
Right.
So he does not have the power to call off elections. But that doesn't mean he won't try. It doesn't mean he won't, send the military. There is no bottom, and there's no sanity. So you can't logically say, well, he can't do that. He can do anything because he's crazy.
And the Supreme Court has given him the power to do anything. That's the problem.
Oh, God.
The Supreme Court is the worst court I've ever seen. It's just...
And I hate to say it, Democrats, all you're doing is taking a tally. You're waiting for the midterms, and then you're thinking, okay, well, if we win in the midterms, we'll have the House, and we'll be able to impeach him.
I'm not happy with the Dems either, but I don't know.
Just remember, if they gave him Amendment 35, his cabinet, including the vice president, stays. But if he's impeached, everybody goes.
Is that true?
Yep, that's true.
How does everybody, then who replaces everybody?
I think the Speaker of the House, but that must
it goes
be
down to the next person, which is the Speaker of the House.
Right, but so the vice president has to leave office too? I never heard that.
No, I never heard that either.
Oh,
all right, I'm looking it up while you guys are talking.
Vance would become president. As far as I know.
I'll verify.
That's what I thought. You'd have to impeach them both. And the only way that's going to happen is if the Dems get control of the House and the Senate.
That's it.
Then,
No, there are this past week, what with Greenland and all that shit, several more senators saying, hey, we'll join to impeach you if you keep it up.
Yeah, there may be.
but you have to have enough people in the House to bring that across,
Yeah.
They can vote for it, but not if it's not brought in by the House.
That's true.
Okay, so
have
let me
the
read
articles
this.
of impeachment.
All right, here's the word.
So hold on. So your mic is really bad again. I hate to say it, Zig. I'm going to mute you. I'm going to mute you guys for a sec while I read this. No, if the president of the United States is impeached and removed from office, the entire cabinet does not automatically go with them. While the president is the only official removed by the specific conviction, the status of the cabinet is determined by the following factors. Presidential succession. Upon the president's removal, the vice president is immediately sworn in as a president. Serving at the pleasure. Cabinet members serve at the pleasure of the president. The new president has the legal authority to keep the existing cabinet, ask for their resignation or fire them, and appoint new members, subject to Senate confirmation. Historical president. In cases of presidential succession, such as death or resignation, new presidents often keep existing cabinets initially to maintain government stability and continuity. Individual impeachment. Although the cabinet does not leave automatically with the president, individual cabinet members are themselves civil officers and can be separately impeached and removed by Congress for their own misconduct. In summary, the removal of a president only legally applies to the president, and subsequent changes to the cabinet are at the discretion of the incoming president. Yikes. There you go.
Was I wrong? But I'm really disappointed by that.
Sure.
I always like to leave us on a really shitty note.
There you go. Right. Okay, everybody, go out and kill yourselves now.
All right. Thank you, guys, for being on. Let me just leave by imploring you and everybody out there to keep your dreams wet, your humor dry, your kids out of military recruiting offices, and off the laps of clerics who wear dresses. That's my
amen.
Very nice.
Next time you get your favorite cold beverage at a restaurant, don't go, I want extra ice. All right, we're out of here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you guys next time in the zone.
Take care.
I'm going to get you guys out of here. Hold on. Here we go. And you guys, we'll see you next week in the zone. All right, guys. Till then, bye.